Meh. 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 Okay. How is the bitrate? The bitrate is okay. I may have issues with internet. I am not sure. I have been having issues with the internet for the past 2 days now. So this will either be fine or I will be crying by the end of this. So we'll have to see. Get his own stream. I forgot for a moment that it's D&D today, in which case I would not be streaming at 8, I would be streaming at 6. But yeah. I was sent to the trailer for it. I haven't actually watched it yet. I've been busy doing some stuff. I plan on watching it later on, like probably after the stream, before doing D&D. But yes, beta test or beta trailer. I'm not... Well, beta trailer, but beta test, I'm assuming. I think it's another sign-up one, though, so I've got to have to do that as well. Because every single time I've signed up for one of these tests, I haven't been able to get in, so... maybe third time's the charm? 2 come within a week, UK. I'm trying to get back into streaming more often. A lot of new stuff in trailer, and I suddenly want ice cream. Beta taste in... Did I just say beta taste? Beta test is in mid-January. Okay. Yeah, I think it has it on like the thumbnail. Okay, same old. Oh yeah, that's right, the burn damage. But I think I'm going to stick with this for now. I should probably have checked, actually, if... No, I haven't gone live yet, according to Discord. Oh well. They'll get to it eventually. Oh god, why is... I did not realise how many times Discord told me that part 1 was... There we go. Ooh. Drama is happening. Gotta hurry. Hmm? Oh, fuck off. We're like a minute into the game. No. No. Stop it. Bad. Even Warhammer isn't that bad with its naming. How do I even... Oh god, why is that such a long name? No, I'm not doing... I mean, I'm assuming that's Qualepa, but I don't know. ArtCircleRStudio. That is... There, that is a name. Or word. Here? Who else in Milarium is cultivating endangered seaweed? Oh, hello. Hypnea fenestralis, Halimenia fimbriatus, Palmeria purpureus. Okay, I need to preface this with, yes, I work in science. No, I don't do biology. I am not good with plant names. Wait. I thought that said seagasm. Oh yeah. Hello Cat, hello Speedy, hello Scarf, hello Knight. Wait, the color of this star okay, so it is technically gasm, just not in the way that I was reading it. The sargasm, Penata, I cultivated it myself. Got too much plant already. I'm assuming this is the person that it disappeared. Why are you on the streets? It's too dry, you'll die. What happened here? Did someone do this? Where are you all migrating? Is there something... Wait. They're gone? This pipe? What? Water. This is... What's going on? The rumbling. Is the city moving? There's something moving. Who's there? Uh-oh. It's like a really messed up bladderfish. Vacuole inflates merrily. It was so happy she died. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Not at all. Lucilla and I were just performing regular inspections and maintenance on the city's unit framework. Still no sign of Tulia? Come on, Lucilla. It hasn't been that long since we made the report. I can tell you care about her. Did she mention getting into any trouble recently? She isn't one to look for trouble. I can't imagine her offending anyone. What you say certainly fits her profile. Did she ever talk to you about the waterway program or beacon data? No. I wouldn't say we're close exactly. We talk from time to time, but she's more of a loner who prefers to work on her own stuff. Wait, is she a suspect? Sorry, maybe I'm making her sound suspicious. But it's probably just stress. There's been fighting almost every day in the 6 months that Milarium... the amount of times I say this differently is weird. Milarium has been away from the home territories. Everyone here is on edge. The Church of the Deep continues its attempts to sabotage the waterway program. We've eliminated many cultists over these months. And until they were exposed, they appeared just like any of our countrymen. But she'd had no reason to... Well, to be honest, I've never quite understood why she chose to join the waterway program. What do you mean, ma'am? You already know that she used to work at the Institute of Ecological Art, right? The IEA moved to another city when this one evacuated its original position and received new battle orders. Right, and she had the chance to go with them to continue her work, but instead she chose to... Sorry to interrupt, but could you explain more about this evacuation you mentioned? You remember, don't you, Lucilla? You were working on the dome at the time, so you had the best view of the whole thing. Yeah. I was one of the Gear's largest volcanic it was one of Gear's largest volcanic power stations, feeding countless laboratories, and Miliarum was responsible for its construction and defense. No. The city was parked beneath the power station, though through the dome, I could see its red glow illuminate the ocean for miles. The heat it generated attracted many different creatures. It was the largest endangered plants reserve in Aegea, and the ideal environment for Milarium's ecological arts to flourish. Then that light turned dark. Seaborn? Yeah. A year ago, swarms of Seaborn arrived on the ocean currents, and Milarium ordered an emergency evacuation. Without the natural environment to support it, the Institute of Ecological Art, like other related institutions, was forced to relocate. But there was a full legion in the city. We could have retaken the power station. War orders for the waterway program had just arrived. Milarium was, in fact, being strategically redeployed. I came here with the Legion after that. The lives of so many of our people were changed, including Lucilla. By the way, I transferred from the dome to the groundwork because I was afraid of heights. Sorry, off topic. Do you mean to say that Tulia might have had ulterior motives for joining the waterway program? That is a serious accusation. I don't believe it either. No, I'm just telling you what I know. But it's undeniable that there are 100,000 souls in the city, and not all of them are fully committed to the waterway program. Most just carry on with their lives, not understanding the kind of path we're clearing out in the ocean. Even our Iberian guest here came to learn more about the program, didn't she? Whether Tulia is linked to the Church of the Deep or not, the fact remains that she made an unauthorized copy of data on the waterway program. We'll have to find her and learn why. But Milarium isn't that big. She'd have been found by now, even if she were hiding between dome layers or in the corners of the circulation system. True, she may well have already left the city, but we were unable to find her biosignature in the nearby waters. Nor were there any unscheduled ship movements at the port. She couldn't have gone beyond our sensor range in just a few days using civilian deep water equipment. However, the city did make a short movement around 30 hours ago to receive the Iberian mission. Perhaps... could she have left the city at that time? He was whisked away by water versions of Drifloon. So, the Colombian scientist Tristan White broke through the barrier for the first time in more than 10,000 years. The hole she pierced hasn't completely closed. Even after a year's surveillance of the universe through its opening continues, and so far no anomalies have been detected. I tried to stop her, to no avail. We still have time, but it's running short. Okay, I did kind of figure that breaking the barrier might alert someone, or something. Which does seem to link up with the fact that we did get quite a lot of demon-related events in a very short time span. And I am still kind of thinking that that's what the threat was. Ripping apart the electron clouds with a high energy beam, we were not aware of any energy sources on land that could support such a brute force measure. Her method came from the same place as Agir's technology, prehistoric civilization. He had discovered sarcophagi beneath Tremounts that preserved a civilization spark, and managed to obtain the trust of its custodian. Well, I suppose it's Tri-Mounts, really, like Tri-State area. Before leaving the home territories, I had not expected to find anyone with your profound understanding of both Agir and prehistory from the lands. You have demonstrated once again that there is still much about Terra we do not understand. Things trapped in the depths lose their perception of light. Likewise, our nation must continue to explore, even if we can no longer support grand expansions. The Stargate, the Twin Moons, the Barrier, the ruins in the mantle. There is much on this planet that was not formed naturally. Our Voyager fleets, having traversed to the far side of the planet, have detected highly unusual terrain concealed behind the distant dark fog. Oh, so there is land beyond this continent. Stargate ruins in the mantle, please elaborate. I mean, I'm assuming the Stargate... Well, okay, to be fair, I was just thinking of, because the image looks like it, I just assumed the Stargate was the portal in Yunka, blah, 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 you know, the event that links to IS-4. That's what I'm assuming the Stargate is, mainly just because it looks like a Stargate. But I could be wrong. I could just be making the assumption there. As for ruins in the mantle, rather, I'm assuming that's probably referencing to similar underground ruins and sarcophagi, like what we saw in other things. Although then again, actually no. Now that you mention it, yeah, the mantle is below the crust. That's very far. We haven't been to the mantle. I don't think we have, anyway. Then again, we also don't know how big or small Terra is in terms of planet size, so it could have a thinner crust. It could also be... They could also have very deep trenches, so maybe Aegir is familiar with ruins that far down because of those trenches, but I don't know. It feels more and more like Arknights is one big Minecraft server. Kind of, yeah. Hello, Azur. But I'm more interested in this fact that there is more land. And I wonder if that land is already explored and that by Enfield's time. There, the sea currents abruptly cut off, as though they had reached the end of the ocean. Terror is flat. That would be funny, but I don't think... I'm not sure, to be honest. I still don't think so. I still think it's an actual planet, but we'll see. That is merely a hotbed that has long since cooled. The most important prehistoric relics lie in the Aegir heartlands. You know this, Madam Consul. The prehistoric ruins beneath the seabed are a gift from the ocean to Aegir. They nurtured your civilization, and have granted you power and knowledge far beyond the terrestrial nations. And with them, responsibility. As you say, Dr. Calcit, responsibility. When did the land dwellers first start calling themselves human? When they lit the first fire with Originium, built their first city with stone and mud? On land, self-awareness and identity were established naturally over time. Even today, humanity is often defined in the narrowest terms. For the Aegir, it was conferred. We were not the same race as the predecessors, but we inherited their identity as we inherited their mantle. Thus, Aegir was born with a responsibility to humanity. The Seaborn will not compel us to abandon this duty. On the contrary, they add to its weight. Hello, Still. You are indeed the right consul for Miliarium, Madam Consul. Where is this coming from? Your temperament. As Aegir, you are patient and kind. But that does not diminish the arrogance in your thinking. That is to say, Aegir's arrogance. I do not believe our conversations about the hole in the barrier, the ruins in the mantle, and even the future of civilization itself are merely small talk to lighten the mood. Just as I do not believe Aegir will rely on passive solutions. After all, isn't Milarium's department from this from its home territories, a proactive effort to create a new line of defense. So my question is, Madam Consul, what is Aegir's endgame for the waterway? I have already told Gladia. Aegir's answer. That which you would call arrogant. You have the right to know as well. There is much on this planet that was not formed naturally, and Aegir does not believe they are unrelated. I do like how they link side stories, as it would be hard to link it to the main one. I mean, it's difficult, but at the same time they do kind of link. It's just a lot looser. It also doesn't help that the side stories are quite a bit ahead of the main story. So I do think that when the main story continues on, we're going to see a lot more like linking towards this. Like eventually I think they'll sort of match up. I think most of the time the link to the main story tends to be through what happened, because the main story is set a good couple of years before the side stories. So that's typically why you tend not to see them linked to the main story, because it's the other way around. You can't link it to the main story because it hasn't happened yet, most of the time. Unless it's like, you know, Arknights and Babel and all of those ones. The past ones are obviously they link heaviest to the main story, but everything that takes place in like a couple of years in the future, those always sort of they link, but only as far as they can, typically by referencing things that had already happened in the main event. Materano did reference the Victorian airship early on, yep. And that's the other thing, they also reference things that haven't happened yet in the main story, but are sort of an inevitability. Like, they talk about the Victorians with the tower and the airships and all of that, and it makes sense. Like, it's not really a spoiler. We know we're going to win because we are the main characters. So as long as they avoid spoilering how we win, the fact that they can talk about this new arms race doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters in the sense that we know about it, but like, you know, it's not... It doesn't ruin the story. It's interesting. Anyway, be they wonders like the Stargate and the Twin Moons, or calamities like Originium and the Seaborn, these phenomena cannot be random products of spontaneity. They must be interconnected in some way. To solve the seaborne problem at its source and stop Terra's crisis, we need to fully understand Terra, including the hidden secrets of the land. But those are for the future. If you simply seek my answer for what's at hand, my endgame for the waterway is to ensure that hundreds of thousands of Milarium's inhabitants and tens of thousands of penal battalion troops in Grand Pharaoh live to see Aegir's main force arrive. Okay, we're still kind of on this topic though of why is the main force of Aegir coming onto land, and why have you kind of done this without telling anyone, because that's sort of not a good thing when you're having a main force of army. Yep, next year will be... No, it's not, Cat. Bruh. That's fishy. It is. I almost got him. You really did. Oh. Distress signal. From the squadron tasked with beacon deployment at Nest 37. You're sharp. Come and go without warning. Sorry. Saved me the effort of looking for you. how much has Miliarium told you of the waterway program? Thought you'd care more about your circumstances. Neither of us have been followed or under surveillance, so my movements have not been exposed. Let's continue where we left off, at the Sophon Theatrum. The war between Aegir and the Seaborn has gone on for more than 2 centuries, but both sides have set their sights on dry land almost simultaneously. I don't think you need the ats there. The sudden migration of an entire species, and a change in direction for an entire nation. Perhaps, deep down, they stem from the same cause. Sounds like you don't trust any of Aegir's plans. You still have your reservations about us, Ulpianus. I know more than I've told Gladia. This extra knowledge forces me to be cautious about Aegir's past and future actions. Hello, Merwind. But it's too soon for her to know, and not your place to know at all. Our only concern for now is the waterway program. A path connecting the land and the sea. Neither that doctor nor the Inquisition fully trust in this, or else you would not be here. Clearing the seas with powerful weapons to buy time for the main force from the home territories to arrive. Aegir's warfare design is always simple and effective. But there have been anomalies in the city that we cannot ignore. I heard about a missing person. That consul is a formidable woman. During Miliarium's voyage, she has culled many of the corrupted and thwarted their sabotages, while the 2 escorting legions have sustained far fewer losses than expected. Everything has gone well, almost too well. She's a mole. Now, a staff member in the program has gone missing at the most crucial stage. Oh, here we go. Take a shot every time they mention crucial stage, crucial juncture. What was the other one? There was another crucial. This is just the beginning. So I'm guessing that this Talia person got the oh no, what was his name? The general in Full Metal Alchemist who discovered it and then got whacked because of it. God, how can I forget that? That was literally like the big driving force of that show for like a good while. Anyway. I'm looking into it, and will eliminate any potential threats. I can enter most places and evade the Sea Patrol's regular rounds with ease. Yes, yes, that's right, was it Maze Hughes or something? But I fear the problem runs deeper. I would rather not barge into an important lab or the consul's pensivarium unless I have to. Yeah, I think there's a G in it. I think it's like Hugh with a G. I'm not your messenger to the hunters, Ulpianus. You should work with Rhodes Island. Yes, we even have you on the banner, so come with us. After all, we can help you move around the city. After all, Aegir sees you as a threat, don't they? Rhodes Island wants to work with me. And watch me, I assume. So be it. One more thing. Well, that was easy. Fucking hell. Skadi. Oh god. If you truly care about the hunters, keep a close eye on her. You know what? As far as recruitment goes, that was probably the easiest I think we've ever had it. So he knows. Yeah, I guess he does know about the Shamala blah blah blah. Please tell me you're not counting that high. 156, 157. I've never seen a port this busy. Are things not going well on the front lines? Hmm. You're still in the mood for You're still in the mood for music. Why not? Soon we might be too busy for it. It sounds like that soon is about to be right now. There you are, Captain Gladier. You went to see Consul Clementia, or Clementia probably, and with Dr. Calcit right after the tribunal, right? How'd it go? Well enough, but I was only there to make introductions. They had much to discuss, and I had no reason to stay. Basically, you didn't want to listen to the monologues that Calcit gives out. I did have a brief discussion with Clementia on the current plans for the Abyssal Hunters, though. The Gears Waterway will open up soon. Until then, the Hunters will fight alongside the 2 legions accompanying Miliarium. See? I was right. Uh-huh. I'd rather be out there killing monsters than sit through another debate. So, what's the mission and where do we move out? When, rather? The command structure and battle plans are pending discussion with the Legion commanders. Scaddy. Hey, that's the emergency alarm, right? What happened? A seaborne invasion? Uh-oh. I am Consul Gladier, status report. Yes, ma'am. 2 squadrons from Legion X, or Legion 10 rather, were sent to deploy at the... were sent to deploy the beacon at Nest 7... I can't read anything today. 2 squadrons from Legion 10 were sent to deploy the beacon at Nest 37 today, as planned. But we just received a distress signal. They were attacked by Seaborn on the way. The Seaborn were prepared. Unclear. The situation is still developing. The Academy of Technology hasn't had time to produce a report. Are there any corvettes on standby in the port? Always. You can claim one by logging into your terminal. Ow. Can you imagine having that power? Just... Okay, yeah, let me just, commandeer your warship for a moment. Now that is main character energy. Also, I really wish I could see these ships. I mean, I don't know if these are ships or if these are, like, pylons or something, but I want to see the ships, because I think it would be cool. Thank you. Keep me posted about the squadron's coordinates. Once close enough, the Abyssal Hunters will disembark and swim into battle. Roger. Laurentina, with me. Scaddy, you stay behind. Bruh. Captain? Don't overthink it. The contact between land and sea is paramount. Calcit can't be in 2 places at once, so I need you to keep the Doctor safe. This is an order. Received. Scaddy wants to shovel enemies away, yeah. They look like ships to me. Spearheads are hydrodynamic. True. Although they must not be... I wonder. I'm guessing they've got to be more hydrodynamic than the submarine shapes, but I'm assuming submarines are around like that because it's stealthier. That Laurentina's group is embarking for battle, but they just came back. It has something to do with the alarm. The fleet deploying to beacon at Nest 37 was attacked by Seaborn, and they're going out to help. You know the Abyssal Hunters? We literally came with them, of course we do. I do. We had a brief partnership on land, facing challenges and battling enemies together, including the Seaborn. That's impressive. given their temperament and fighting style. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Laurentina did kind of give Irene the run for her money a little bit. Like, I feel like she was always chasing after her, if I remember. I'd go up and greet Consul Gladio myself if we weren't in the middle of an emergency. I haven't had the opportunity to see it. Haven't had the opportunity since they returned. Does everyone in Nigir know the Hunters? Of course not, but I once worked with them, and even aspired to join them. Someone from your team said you used to be a researcher. My expertise in genetic engineering qualified me for the Abyssal Hunter program. I studied under the head of the project, who was also the first Abyssal Hunter. At the time, few were compatible, and even fewer successfully underwent the operation, but he and Gladia had already achieved spectacular results. Their most remarkable feat was a 3-day battle with the Seaborn in the hydrothermal vent that bought time for 2 energy survey cities to evacuate. The Seaborn evolved constantly, with the use of weapons strictly regulated. They were the safest and most effective countermeasures. They say that, but then we sort of battled a humanoid Seaborn at one point, so they must have been trying to adapt to the Abyssal Hunters, I'm guessing. I mean, it could also just be adapting to humanoid life in general, but I feel like it would probably be prompted more so by the fact that you've got these human-like people as weapons. I watch them leave and return every day. I watch them lie down in the regenerative gel. They've got Bacta tanks. Exhausted, waiting as I record the data, tested their functions and repaired their bodies. Those were the costs of victory people could not see. I'm not entirely sure what motivated me at the time, but one day I submitted an application to become a hunter to the Institute of Development Planning. I'd have done the same. What? I mean, I'd have wanted to apply myself. To see your mentor and everyone else risking their lives like that, nobody would want to feel like no one would want to feel that they weren't doing enough. You seem fit enough, and as a researcher, you are beyond familiar with their functions and combat style. Wait, then why didn't you? Because my application was rejected. But why? I didn't ask, and my mentor wouldn't have answered. Oh. It could also be the mentor. Well, yeah, it could also just be saying, no, I don't want you to risk it. So you joined the Sea Patrol instead? Because it's the unit that works most closely with the Hunters? Yes, and monitors them. I still think of Undyne whenever I see some of this armor. It could also just be because of the blue fish face, but still. The Corvette is ready for you. Alright. Sorry, Irene, I shouldn't have bored you with my past. I don't think she was bored in the slightest. It's fine. Back to work. As the fleet battles the Seaborn, we must also locate the missing scientist for answers. The Sea Patrol's objective remains unchanged. As for you, Irene, you're staying with us. Wait, what for? We won't be in the thick of battle, but it's still dangerous. It's the Sea Patrol's duty to keep you safe. I appreciate it, Prefector, but I'm good. I'm not afraid of the Seaborn. Every Inquisitor has Seaborn blood on their hands. Former Inquisitor, as I recall from your files. I appreciate your assistance during the investigation. Like I said, you're sharp and brave. But you didn't come to Aegir to fight. Go back and stay with the other emissaries. Are you implying the war between Aegir and the Seaborn is beyond a land dweller's comprehension? Yes. Your concerns are justified, but trying to comprehend why I'm here. But trying to comprehend is why I'm here. There we go. There are many things I, as an Iberian, need to understand. Aegir, the Seaborn, True War, and everything that's happening in the depths of the ocean. The land isn't far from here. Aegir has only a single city in this region, but beyond it lies the entirety of Iberia. Thanks, you didn't sugarcoat it. No, they really are pushing out the arrogance of the Aegir at the moment. Don't worry, I don't intend to get myself killed at sea. Such maturity at your age. You must have a good mentor. From what I've heard, better than yours at least. Prepare a set of deep water equipment for Irene. Let's go. Go back a little, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a stage.
Some people just can't live and let live.
Honor must be defended.
I forget how fast these things are. Like, it's not just me, right? They do feel faster than a lot of the other enemies that walk around. Wait a second, there's a stage inside my visual novel, yeah!
My toxicant is ready.
I forgot that was the line.
Your orders. How's that?
Please, honey to me, poison to you.
There we go. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that they would. Oh, it's so funny watching them get deleted. Oh yes, splits when HP drops to 50.
Oh, it's finally my turn.
Ah, damn it, of course there will be. There we go.
Doctor.
No, I'm
gonna
gonna do this.
Me, right?
Now's the time to help everyone out.
The ability can be silenced. Ooh, that is nice. E2 to my Lionheart today. Ooh, nice. He's good. He's quite good with E2.
Can I reach the distance? There!
Oh, I do like that though. So it's not an automatic split. You can kill them within the time it will take them to do it. Because she doesn't silence, does she? As far as I'm aware, she doesn't. Yeah, no, so it is just that they end up getting killed before they can split.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, audio log 13. Unknown language, unknown time. Ah, so prehistory. Okay. The reactor of a United Star Line starship still burns so brightly. The United Star Line sounds like an American, like, space travel company. Since the atmosphere control center crashed, we've been shrouded in dull grey clouds. A radiant sight like this certainly lifts the spirit. To my pleasant surprise, Valeria was also on the starship. I discovered once she landed that she had come to bid farewell to her mother. Ever since joining the Stargate modification project, she has been completely absorbed in her duties. It was surprising to see her still concerned with worldly matters. If she still has a mind for such things, perhaps we might finally talk about that wedding that's been put on hold for the past 10 years. Damn, okay. I soon dismissed that thought as foolish. The woman I once knew now stood before me like a stranger. I could no longer discern what she was thinking. As she stood before her mother's life support pod, her expression was one I had never seen before. It was neither sorrow nor regret. It was envy. What could she possibly envy about her dying mother? Was it the peaceful release offered by the machine's simulated world? You're still here, Geordie. Everyone else has left. Sorry, I didn't know there would be another tribunal today. That's okay. The search logs. You've asked quite a few questions. How big is the ocean? Is it bigger than the land? By how much? Can Aegir's cities float on the surface? How do the Aegir tell whether it's day or night? Look, you don't just look through a person's search history, okay? Is this how you've been trying to understand Aegir? I fear it may confuse you even more. Mr. Vitus, I'm not sure why, but I feel really excited. It's so fucking cute. God damn it. In the Inquisition's nautical charts, the ocean extends only a few nautical miles from the shore before giving way to unknown regions marked in greyish blue. In some areas, we couldn't even get near the shore. But your charts are so detailed. Geological features, energy pockets, local fauna and flora. There are so many pages, I don't even know where to start. The forests at the heart of the ocean, icebergs that never melt, thermal vents deep in the trenches. For a moment, I thought that the land, sea and sky were all mine for the taking, that I simply need to reach out and, like, everything was made for me. Sorry, that sounds really arrogant, doesn't it? Quite the opposite, young man. It is but a most basic desire. But uh-oh. Oh. No. Oh. Damn it. Ah. Oh. 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 Did it fix? I think it fixed. Waiting for... We're back? I'm reading a much higher bitrate than I should be having. Why have I got... No wonder I'm having internet issues. Why is it making me do 20,000 bitrate? I literally have my bitrate set at 6,000. Why is OBS putting me at like 20,000? That's always going to start lagging shit out. Oh, okay, I don't know. Anyway, I think we're back. Oh, now it's calming down to 6,000. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're properly live again. Oh, that's annoying. I'm not sure how far we missed. I'm just going to continue as normal. The young Aegir looks up at and gazes at the coral-shaped terminal. Holographic images and words leap up and down, illuminating his soft eyes. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, it's so goddamn cute. Anyway, I've been in Milarium for a whole day now. But I can't handle your tech. I don't get your discussions, and I'm even lost with your directions. The tribunal just happened. Oh, that just happened, rather. I have no idea how you guys settle your disagreement. I did a search for Briogan, the ship designer, who I thought was my ancestor. I saw his face, heard his voice, looked at his designs. Is there really anything I have in common with him? Would his descendants really turn out to be someone like me? I couldn't find a single sign that says I belong here. Aegir is like a lighthouse, bright and tall. I always knew it existed, but when I finally followed its light and reached its base, why do I feel lost instead? Hello, Les. Briogan. It's been many years since his name was last spoken. He was a remarkable man, even amongst the Aegir. He was the most talented designer in the Academy of Technology, but left everything behind to go ashore right when his country needed him most. Even this city is connected to him, albeit in a somewhat unusual way. How so? It was through this city that he went on land. The Institute's development planning even tried to penalise a few consuls for failing to stop him. Listen, Geordie, I cannot ascertain whether you truly bound to him by blood, though such connection holds little significance. What matters is that there can be no doubt that you are Aegir. I know I am, but how do I prove I belong here? If I can't even trace my own heritage? A true Aegir needs no proof of that. But I understand, we all search for answers in the past. I'm no different. I can say with a straight face that I am one of Aegir's foremost authorities on prehistory. I firmly believe in the weight of history, and that it contains truths and patterns that will show us the way forward. But what if it's a way of destined destruction for Aegir? I'm sorry, what was that last part? Are you right, Scaddy? They get to find a cool Corvette. Sorry, that's just kind of what I'm imagining. Huh? Did you say something, Doctor? Sorry, I was just thinking about shark and swordfish. They're probably on a killing spree right now. I love how I heard that in the, it was either Halo or Quake, like the voice, just killing spree. Chin up. I'm not worried about them. They're strong. Nothing good ever happened to those around me, which is why I was always alone until I joined Rhodes Island. Now it's happening again. I'm here. Thank you. Are you afraid you'll bring disaster to the hunters? Maybe. But we hunters aren't afraid of the bad end we might bring to each other. Because we all share the same grim fate. We can trust each other with our lives. This time, though, it might not just be the hunters. I could bring disaster to all of Aegir. You won't. I believe in you. That's what Captain Orpianus always said. He would explain our battle pans. Yes. He would explain our I became sheep. He would explain our battle plans in great detail to everyone else. But with me, he simply said he believed in me. He believed I could complete my mission even if I couldn't memorize those complex strategies. And do you believe him? He was always so reliable and had an answer for everything. I remember the songs he wrote before battles. He said he could use them as codes to communicate because the Seaborn didn't understand music. But I just liked the songs. He had a great sense of direction too. He could always lead us all back, even when we were lost in those maze-like nests. We could always count on him to point the way until the final battle. Yes, the first and fourth companies sacrificed themselves to clear a path, while the second held off the Seaborn that were rushing back. Captain Orpianus led the charge and soon arrived at the target, the core organ of the Firstborn. Then we lost his signal. I thought he was dead, so it fell to me to deal the killing blow. But he wasn't. Yeah, I don't know what happened that day. I still don't know why he didn't come back. And the more I don't know, the more I feel like I need to do something. Trust your warrior's instincts, Gaddy. Remember? Whoosh, pow, thud. God. Rush in with a whoosh, knock him down with a pow, and finish him with a thud. Why is this like... I'm now getting like... Oh, what's that volleyball show? Because that character always talks like this. Oh, fuck off. Why is the internet gone again? Get through this rest of this cutscene and then I'll probably have to be it for it. So much for trying to get as much done as possible. I remember. Arrived at target coordinates. We came as fast as we could, though not fast enough it seems. This is a graveyard. Oh, they've got the piano again. Yes, Haikyuu. Also, why show a panorama when there's no shipwrecks? Unless that there is a shipwreck. No, I think that's just the texture. Giant shipwrecks and seaborne remains lie entangled in a grotesque embrace. Pale flakes descend like snow. While some have given it a more romanticized name, marine snow, it does little to hide the cruel nature, fragments of organic matter, both seaborne and human. The sweetness of blood and stench of death, intensified by the cannon's lingering heat, spread with the fallen flakes. The Abyssal Hunter's strong sense of smell magnifies all of this, and Spectre cannot help but cover her nose. This shouldn't be unfamiliar to you, Shark. The fleet pins down the Seaborn with superior numbers as the hunters flank and eliminates the swarms at core. We've used this tactic often. This is the same scene we see each time we leave their nest. I know. Perhaps we spent too much time on land. It's not a pleasant thing to recall. One engineering mothership, 10 battleships, numerous smaller ships. The wreckage positions on the seabed indicate they stayed in formation. They were not taken by surprise. There are signs of gravitational distortion on nearby rocks. They tried to stop the Seaborn using force fields. But the Seaborn were faster. The ships weren't able to form a crossfire. They fought with them in close quarters. Something's not right. What's the matter? The squadron's destination was Nest 37, but all the ships appear to be headed for Malarium. Oh. Looks like while we were trying to kill the Seaborn faster than they could warn anyone else, or any other Seaborn, the Seaborn instead killed our units faster than they could warn us. Besides, now that the squadron is destroyed, why haven't the Seaborn made their next move? I think they just did. Swordfish. Let's go. Alright, grab my hand. I did tell you to stay on the Corvette. Deep water equipment may keep you from being crushed by the water pressure, but even the Aegir at the mercy of the ocean currents without... Oh, but even the Aegir are at the mercy of the ocean currents without proper training. I could use some help once you've done laughing. Imagine you're dancing with a rowdy partner. Counter her moves and find your balance. This is how you fight the currents. You're light. It shouldn't be hard for you. Don't look at me like that. I'll meet you up ahead. A broken lighting array. Trace amounts of organic tissue on the broken metal frame. Human and Seaborn. Find anything? Some tissue that matches the sample provided by the Institute of Development Planning. It's Tulia. Miliarum was parked here around 40 hours ago. Based on the location of the array, she had left from the circulation system's sewage exit at the edge of the city. But why did she leave? It's hard to reconstruct the scene with what's available. The currents have already washed away most of the clues. I'm afraid we won't find out if Tulia was a cultist with a grudge against the Waterway program. Or what happened to her from here. This is 2 hours away by ship from Iliarum's present location, even with deep water equipment. She couldn't have swum back. Based on the remaining tissue, it seems she had encountered a Seaborn. There's no way she could have survived. Right. A dead end. Oh, there's the boom again. That's the direction the Abyssal Hunters went. The battle may be fiercer than expected. The Waterway program is in its final phase. Once Nest 37 has been located, we can clear the Seaborn from this entire area and open a waterway. This can't just be a coincidence. Could the incident with Tulia have something to do with the attack on the fleet? Or maybe her incident is just a red fin to distract the Sea Patrol. Ha, red herring. Had Karma seen Tulia yet? I'm assuming Tulia was the woman with the shirt that's a bit too short. She just sort of like randomly appears underwater while following plants. Weird. There are too many new uncertainties, as if everything's sucked into a giant vortex. Let's go back to the city for now. Oh. Hardbank to port. Full speed ahead. Go around to the ridge and turn back. That should lose the third of the Seaborn on our tail. Oh. And it's gone. Sir, the Seaborn have breached the hull. They're inside the ship. Keep the evasive maneuvers going, helmsman. We'll deal with this ship and we'll deal with the ones inside. Camouflage coating down to 10%. Will be fully visible soon. I don't think it matters if they already know where you are. Buy as much time as you can. Sir, yes, sir. Take care of the rest, Shark. Abyssal Hunters? I know they were going on about how fancy the Stultifera Navis looked, but I mean, the gear ships aren't exactly any more utilitarian. Gladia. I recognize you, ma'am. Have the other ships made it safely back to Malaria, Madam Consul? Thank goodness. The more of our elites we save, the more strength we will have for what's ahead. Are you the commander of this vessel? Yes, ma'am. We were ambushed. A large swarm of Seaborn left their nests and appeared on the squadron's route, virtually unheard of in the previous beacon deployments. We couldn't reveal our battle plans, and we had to retreat. Our ship was the fastest in the fleet. The most logical tactic was for us to delay the Seaborn while the main fleet retreated. Yeah, about that. How many survivors are on your ship? 26. Less than 1 in 10. Oof. Why the silence, Madam Consul? I see. Yes, now you get it. The ship did not... the ships did not, thing. I'm sorry, Commander. Your ship and your 26 men are the only survivors. All Seaborn inside the ship have been eliminated. There's no better way to tell you, so I'll make it brief. The 1,000 or so men whose retreat you were covering fell into an even bigger ambush. We happened to see your ship weaving through the complex terrain as we arrived. But what you couldn't have seen is the Seaborn had you completely surrounded. You were just chasing your own tail in their trap. We failed the mission. Yet, we were the ones who lived. The losses are much worse than expected. But you did live. Lift your head, Aegir. You and your men are just as much Aegir's elites, and you will give your strength to what's ahead. For now, Laurentina and I will bring you back to the city. I haven't been paying too much attention, but the Aegir have pointy ears, but the helmets don't compensate for that. Smooshed. God, that would be so uncomfortable. Unfortunately, though, I'm gonna leave it here because my internet keeps going fritzed, which it's just not working well at the moment. Depends on the fish they're based on. Don't they all have pointed ears, though? I don't think I've seen a single one that doesn't. I know, it's annoying. I wanted to do more. I wanted to try and at least get it down until like 9 PM, which is still a couple of hours away, but the internet keeps dropping. And I'm just watching the bitrate and it just keeps going down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try again tomorrow, and if I can't, I'm just going to play the event and continue reading the story at a later date once things have finished up. When I get some money, I'm probably going to get an Ethernet cable, like a really long-ass one, and connect it from my router to the computer, but that's going to be quite a thing. So I'm not sure how long that's going to be. watch the infield trailer? Yeah, I could do. Can I even do that though? Okay, no, YouTube is being blur. Yeah, sorry about the short stream. Hopefully this won't keep happening. I don't know what's going on with the internet. It might just be because of the storming we had. Like, it wasn't yesterday, it was like the day before. I'm hoping it was just that and it's gonna be okay. Because today, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be a streamer without some scuff, so it is what it is. Damn, I was close to doing that as well. Alright, well, we'll get there anyway. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'll try again tomorrow, and if it doesn't work, then I will play off the stages and then wait for the archive to come out so I can continue. And then once that's done, whether I get to finish it on stream or if I get to do it later on afterwards, I'll do the rest of the current chapter as well. That's the general idea anyway. I'm also going to be looking for some games to play. Obviously I'm going to be continuing the ones I haven't been doing for a while, but then also play some other stuff. But that's the general idea anyway. But thank you guys so much for coming around. Sorry it was a shorter stream, but we'll be fine. Until next time though, I shall see you all later. Bye bye.